Hello. It's me again. Didn't get rid of me with just one stream. Back for a second one. Things went okay last time. Maybe they will continue to be okay. It is quite hot. We'll give some time for potential people to trickle in. Who knows? But if nobody does, as I always say, that's okay. That's what happens when I don't try to aggressively try to grow the channel. We're just here to play some games, and if anybody happens to want to tune in, they can. What games will we be playing, though, is the question. Well, that's the surprise that I have in store. Something new, something I've never played before on this channel, and the introduction of a new segment. It's funny how I had all these things in mind throughout the day of like, oh, this would be something entertaining to mention on the stream. But as soon as I start the stream, it just my mind just kind of goes blank. Well, that's fine. We're not here necessarily to hear all of my anecdotes. I did spend a fair bit of time today making a few little improvements to my streaming setup. As you may be seeing now, my breathing logo. I just felt like this is a video format, right? So we should have some motion on all of these screens. And so I was just messing around with shaders, trying to get something, give a little bit of motion without having to actually go and create my own motion graphics, which is, it's a whole discipline. Well, let me try to get set up here, and we'll go into our first game.
Now, for the first time ever, digitally recorded.
Welcome to a new segment, Games I Like. This is for games that I've already played, but not on the stream, which, if you've been listening to my rambling, there are quite a few games that I have played, and some of them I have liked, a lot of them, probably the majority of them, I have disliked. But that's for a different segment. This is about games that I liked. There should be a disclaimer here that I remember liking them. I may not necessarily think they're the best game ever, and I would recommend them to everybody, but they have something to them, something worthy enough to stream. And a lot of times these are games that maybe not many people have heard of. So with that, let's go to the game. Let's fill out that window just a little bit. There we go. Nice. Perfectly fit. So this is Galactic Fishing. It's, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Of course, this doesn't give you any idea of what it actually looks like, but it is a fishing game. I've played this game for a couple, well, I've played through the entire story. It was enough, I guess it was about 7 hours, wow. You can get through kind of the main story in about 7 hours. There's plenty to do beyond that. Let us, instead of loading up my save, let's start out with a new game. I don't really like any of these portraits. Intro and license test is the tutorial. Well, why don't we go through that and see if it starts to become very tedious. I will go ahead and switch over to my save. Just trying to refresh my memory. It was a little bit of a time ago when I played this. A few years ago, the lake was added to the Universal Lake Teleportation Network. There's a way to teleport between lakes. And this is one of the premier fishing spots. But the population of fish has been declining, and we don't know why. The mayor decided to purchase a teleporter and recruited us. And we have to take a license test, which is basically the tutorial of the game. I believe this is a mouse game, so it's good that we're seeing the mouse. Congratulations on your new ULT boat, buoyant object for above water travel. I'm gonna save on any of these little quips and kind of get through the dialogue here. So we can move around with WASD. Pretty slow, not very maneuverable. And we can also, and they do, this game, another thing I should mention about this game, it does a very good job of tutorializing. They really do walk you through everything. So a cool thing about this is, I don't recall seeing birds in the game. I think that might be a new feature. That's pretty cool. You know what? Let's check the volume level. Right. So you can basically fast travel at any point to anywhere. Here we are. The corporate lake. There's a lot of different lakes, and there are even procedurally generated lakes. You can go ahead and talk to people. They can sometimes tell you things about what fish are in the area. That's something we will get to. Let's try to fish. And let's see if I remember how this works. So we just left click where we want to cast. There is a range. And then you just click to reel. And as you can see, it might be a little bit small. Maybe we want to crank up the UI scale just a little bit. Let's try 150. That might help a little bit. So it's sinking. If we wait forever, it will eventually sink to the bottom. The topology of the lake is actually completely modeled. In fact, I'm not sure. There we go. You can see here, this is the depth. So blue is, I can't remember. I think blue is the shallow area. And then as the colors get darker, green to yellow, it gets deeper. And that red is the tension on the line as we reel it in. Now we have to actually catch a fish. So, easier said than done. Gotta wait until we get a bite. There we go. I think we got a bite. So you have to look at the tension bar to know when you got a bite. There's no vibration. I'm using a mouse, right? You have to, so we put it into our storage. You have to look for when that meter dips a little bit to indicate there might be a nibble, and then you right click to hook it and you start reeling it in. You can do a few things with fish. Dissecting is one of them. And because we dissected it, we can also make lures. I'll show you that later. Because we dissected the fish, we start to get some data on it. So this bar here indicates how much data we've obtained. And based on that data, all these things start to fill in. There's a few annoyances. Okay, well, I will actually say this. This is probably the most annoying, problematic aspect of the game for me, and why I kind of stopped after playing it for 7 hours. I should probably mention the price. So, Intergalactic Fishing. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. It's on Steam for $14.99. I'm not sure if it goes on sale. It probably does. I expected it to be a little cheaper, but at this point a lot has been... it's gotten quite a few updates. So let's go look at the lure. You can see we have some pre-made lures here, and you can switch between them. You can also design your own lures, which you want to do, definitely, to target the fish that you're going for. And right away, so this is the information you get about fish. You don't, and this is something that, this is another aspect of the game I don't like. For all the tutorializing they do, there are very important mechanics that they do not really tell you about. You just have to go to the Steam community, the guides, you know, find a wiki or something to learn how this works. This is not like, so obviously it's not like Animal Crossing where you can actually see the shadows of fish. And it's not like a lot of fishing games where you just throw your lure and then randomly after a certain amount of time you'll get a bite. You could cast your lure and then actually just not get a bite, and you could be sitting there for hours. Maybe not hours. You'll probably get bored before then, but you could sit there for 10 minutes and not get a bite. And that's because how the game works is the actual population of fish is, every fish is actually simulated and is actually moving around. You just can't see that they're moving around. And they move around, they go to different areas. They tend to prefer certain certain depths, so near surface, for example. And now the immediate question is, what does near surface mean? The game's not going to tell you. You have to know, and there is an actual hard value of what that means, and you just have to look at the forum. So that's another thing I did not like about this. You can really waste a lot of time when you first start playing this game because you don't understand the fish mechanics, because they haven't told you everything you need to know. Obviously, so, you know, once you get into the vicinity of where a fish is, this stuff up here, dull, quiet, small, dark, you know, this is the lure attractiveness. So by customizing your lure, you can actually also see here eventually your lure stats, and you can know how attractive your lure is to the fish. But that's not enough. You know, if your lure is maximally attractive, you still need to know, where should I actually be casting my line? What depth should I keep it at? How fast should I be winding? And ideally, you also want to be casting during their feeding time, which another unfortunate thing with how this is shown is it just tells you whether they are active or not. It doesn't tell you... It might actually tell you the time of day that they are active at if they aren't currently. I might be not remembering that. A very quiet game. Turn it up a little bit. It has some nice relaxing music. It is that sort of game. Let's go back home. Don't know why that loading is so long, but... So yes, we have modules that we can install in our boat. We can even do short-range teleports. We go to the travel tab. Teleport right to our dock. Here we can adjust our loadout. You can have different lures. You can get different boats, different teleporters, and here's another annoyance. The different lures that you can have. You just have to... You have to like remake lures if you don't have enough like to cover the different types of fish. Usually what you do is you make a lure that is like, oh, this is my shiny lure. And then you start to amass a collection of lures that you get used to like modifying based on the fish you're going after. But they only give you 2 to start with, and it's just kind of... You just kind of wish that you could save your lure designs and not have such a limit on them. It's not great. So not much to do there. We can see our stats. And now we can go to the ULT Corp dock. All the way over here. So there is something very important as fish contracts. I think I'll be able to show that later on. We can sell fish here if we have any, and we can buy equipment. Here's another thing that kind of sucks. So, generally speaking, if I remember correctly, all of the ULT equipment shops have the same gear. But different shops have different gear, so it's a little bit of an exploration thing, I guess. You have to go know what shop you want to go to buy what you're looking for. Yeah, I'm just not really a fan of that mechanic, but... We passed. And now we're kind of launched into the main quest, and basically it involves fishing and... It involves fishing missions, and a lot of times it involves catching very specific fish, which is another weird mechanic. So like at some point you want to get a lot of money, so you want to find a known place where you can get a fish that is very valuable, that you have all the data for, that you know how to catch. Oh yes, and the winding speed can be controlled using the mouse wheel. I forgot about that. It's changing on the top right. And you can't move while you've cast. Another interesting thing that can happen, I say interesting, but actually it's just annoying because you don't really know what can happen. You can basically fish out an area. You can catch all the fish in an area. And I can't actually remember when or how they respawn. You could see that it was descending, so there was a hooked fish. One of these guys. Usually I dissect fish when I first get them. And look at that. We've got information on these already, so you can see what it looks like. It does tell you the green is the time, the white bar shows the current time of day. The green is their active feeding time, which is ideally when you want to catch them. And this is something that really sucks about the game. Vegetation. What does that mean? Does that mean near the coastal vegetation? Does that mean near these weird-looking green things? What does it mean? Who can say? Does it mean this green underwater? Does that mean that there's vegetation underwater? You just have to look it up. So yeah, as much as it teaches you the core mechanics, it's some stuff very annoying. And you'll just go through the main quest, and gradually progress. Let's take a look at another game. I mean, not another game. Let's take a look at what the end game looks like. Okay. So a bit of a jump, but this is games I like. This is not trying out. I already have tried out this game. I'm just showing it because I like it. Not exactly a review, because I don't think I have the time or energy to be posting game review videos. That takes a lot of writing skill and editing and time, and that's not what this channel is for. But casually showing off a game that I like, I think that's something I can do. And I do enjoy returning to these old games. It's something I usually don't do, but once I started streaming, I kind of developed an interest in it. So where the heck are we? We are at it's a new kind of organization you eventually get access to called TFG. They got all sorts of stuff. Got a lot of good stuff here. And you can see I'm very low on credits. That's just because as soon as you get something that you want to buy it. What do we have installed? We have an exploration kit. Yes, we'll show off exploration. We have a pretty good rod. 2 actually. This one is really useful for... I can't remember. I think there's some sort of... Oh yeah, broken in requirement. Interesting. So once we catch enough fish, we get a bonus. I don't recall that mechanic. And you can see we've got a lot more lures. And the boat determines... There's different types of boats. There are actual side grades you can see here. I guess I've managed to do a lot with just this kind of basic boat, but it's got a lot of slots for fish, and I think that was my main reason to go for it. What do I actually have at home? Not much. A lot of these are quest items here, not things that you really would want to keep using, but they aren't really separated from the other modules, so that's unfortunate. So let's try to do something. Oh yeah, and there is a leaderboard. These are actual Steam users, I think. And daily tournaments. So this is end game stuff. I have not participated in daily tournaments. I don't really think I would. You can see we have quite a lot of slots for fish here. And where are we? We are in... So these are lakes in the TFG network. So these are all set lakes that have specific preset like fish and things like that, and you'll probably end up visiting them throughout the course of the game. You'll end up visiting a lot of them. So there are some lakes are like particularly good. Like there are some really good fish if you're trying to get money. I don't remember exactly which one that is. But it exists, and that's just something you gotta find out or just look up. There's another thing I'm maybe not the biggest fan of. And they're changing color. I'm trying to think of why that is. That might be because... That might be like the time of day there. Right, so why it looks all green is because of night vision. I'm not sure if this happens automatically or if you have to buy night vision eventually. And if you click this ping here, you can actually find other boats. These are all just kind of random. And sometimes it can be useful to talk to people if you don't have all the data for the location you're at. And sometimes they are quest givers, and you don't know, like, you don't know which of them are, like, actually fixed scripted boats that are there versus just random NPCs. So, hope you're keeping track of who you've talked to. But this is like a quest that I accepted and never really bothered to do because it wasn't really worth doing. Yeah, catch old sand in the conflux. Let's look at our fish journal. You can see I have gotten 100% of the data on these fish here. Lake data. So what do we do at this point in the game? And I should show the lure designer too. Let's do manage lures, edit. Oh, this silliness. There is a lure designing system here. I will just keep it short. There's a lure designing system here. The goal is to start to understand what happens based on the colors and the orientations and how they influence each of these stats. And you can click Lure Design Help to get a reminder on how each of these are influenced. And then you also have these mods that you can add to help get you to where you want to get to. It mostly has to do with what colors are you using, where are they, are they on the top or are they on the bottom, and are there enclosed squares, are there adjacent tiles, things like that. A whole it's a whole in-depth system. You can mess around with it and get the hang of it eventually. At least I was able to. So what do we do? There's like a few different things you can do in the end game. So you can do those. You can look around and find quests. Oops, I cast. Another thing you can do is contracts. Let's see if they have any. We go to the fish market. This place does not have contracts. Let us do this. So one thing you eventually get to be able to do is teleport to random lakes. These are procedurally generated random lakes. There can be all sorts of interesting stuff that goes on. You can find, and the fish are procedurally generated, and everything else. So that's kind of cool. I'm not sure I ended up spending a lot of time on it. Oh, and if you find a place you really like, you can save it. So let's see what happens when we teleport to unknown. So here we are. A brand new shiny lake. And we can start a scan using our exploration kit. That will... Well, I can't remember exactly what it does. I think it just gives us lake data. And you can make some money off of the data itself. That's one reason you do the scans. Just looking around here. And I think it'll populate the map. Surely it will fill in the map for us. Just looking around. Again, what is vegetation? What does that mean? The game doesn't really tell you. Does it mean near the coast? Generally speaking, I think that works. We don't need to keep that open. So we've gotten to a fresh area. Let's try to catch some fish. So what lure do I use? I don't know. I don't know anything about the fish here. So we can let it sink to the bottom. We might have caught a fish. I think we did. The species name is randomly generated. You can... Well, let's dissect it. So you can eventually... There's a way to actually name the fish. But yeah, you can see, wow, 3 credits. That is not much. Yeah, this is not a good way to make money. And, like, there's so many variables, right? So, if we just keep doing what we're doing, we're in the green area, we have a certain winding speed. Did I catch something? Sometimes it's hard to tell. We're sticking near to the surface. See, not much is happening. So in order to catch all of the fish that are here, generally, I think there's like 4 fish in an area, in a lake. You have to go and change up your lures. So this one that we're using right now, shiny, shiny, loud, large, not kind of midway there, and then mostly dark. And the buoyancy factor and the weight factor determines how fast it sinks. So it doesn't really matter, I think, what the exact value is. It's more the difference between buoyancy and weight. If it's 1 and 1, it basically won't sink. So you can make more of a fly fishing lure. So let's try something different. You can see I have some here specifically for certain fish, and that is because, oh yeah, and it says the type top water means it's just going to stay on the top of the water. You've got top water and then sinking. There might be another type of lure. I'm not sure. So this is a sinking lure. Let's try a top water lure. Generally speaking, I don't think it's a good thing to try it first, because there's a lot more. If everything is randomly generated, my experience has been top water is kind of niche. You're better off going with something that'll sink down to all the various levels that fish can be. Because, like, if you think about it, a fish has a stat called depth. Or I guess area is what it's called. And top water is just one of them. Pretty much all the other areas, it's under the water. So if you want to have a good chance of finding certain fish, you want to be going down through all those layers that the fish can be at. And you also want to try changing up the winding speed. You can see here on the map, we are over a yellow area, so it'll go deeper. It'll sink deeper. And then we got a bite. You can see the tension isn't an issue for us. Eventually, it does become an issue. That's one we caught already, isn't it? Might as well dissect. I'm not going to make any money off of these things. see if we can actually manage to find another fish. This is games I like, but I know I've had a lot of complaints about this game so far in the video, and I was remembering those as I was thinking to play this. There we go, we caught a different one. And look at how little data we got from dissecting it. I'm not sure if it's random or... Oh, you know what? It's based on weight. So a given fish can have a range of weights. And generally, the weightier the fish, the more money you're going to get from it. And yeah, releasing tension isn't usually an issue. At least once you get a certain type of pull. But if that starts to go, if the red starts to fill up that bar, then yeah, the fish can snap the line. The line can snap. But that's probably not going to happen with me. I think there are not... When you travel to random lakes, there are not boats or docks, usually. This is kind of like the No Man's Sky of fishing. Except No Man's Sky has actual functioning multiplayer, now at least. This has multiplayer too, but it's more asynchronous. I don't think you can actually see other live players moving around in boats. Caught another one. So this one is 6.98 pounds, which is above the average weight, so we should get a fairly good amount of data from him, and we did. And we can see what lure he likes. Yeah, those names are not great. So is this fun? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the end game in this game is really all that appealing to me, because by the time you hit it, you've definitely gotten a hang on pretty much all the mechanics in the game. Just something to be aware of. So let's go and try to pick up something else, something to give us something to do. Hello. I don't know what this is. Intergalactic Fish Society. Okay. This is some maybe endgame stuff that is new here that I have not experienced yet. Different challenges to master. Cool. So that I was just saying how I felt like the endgame, there wasn't much of an endgame. But there is. I did not mean to cast. So where can we see that? IFS. Wow, it's a whole new tab. This might be either something new or I did not, like it might have been added to the game after I played through it. Or I just didn't get lucky enough to have this person come talk to me until I started recording this video. So that's kind of weird. I'm expecting that it's probably a newer thing to flesh out the endgame more. So maybe I take back what I was saying about the endgame not having much to do, because now that I'm seeing this, there's quite a bit. And what do we actually get from completing these tasks? Catch different species. TFG network means that it's in one of these lakes, as opposed to a random unknown lake. There are additional side quests you can get, I guess. Randomly generated side quests. Which is another reason to talk to people. Some specific challenges. Cool. They've been adding stuff to the game. I wonder when the last update is. Why am I not seeing when I view update history? The last update was August 7th, 2023. Okay, so they're probably done with updates for now on this game. Good to know. But regardless, there is a bit more of an end game than I realized. Should probably save if it doesn't autosave. This is my home. So fish contracts. This is something that you spend quite a bit of time doing, and unfortunately, I'm not the only player who felt this way. I think the contracts are very often not rewarding enough. So you end up being better off like refreshing the contracts until it goes for a species of fish that you know is like easy to catch and very valuable. Or I think it's just sometimes not worth doing. They've introduced a few contract types, I think, that didn't used to exist. So some of them can involve going to random lakes, which is cool. Yeah, there's a lot that I don't remember being here. But look, this temporal window, we'd have to catch minimum weight 2 of this fish in about 2 hours. Or is that a minute? That's an hour and 55 minutes, not something else. I hope that's real time. So you can take on a contract. I think you can actually... No, you can only accept one. And what does it want us to do? There we go. We have to... It's not a quest. It's an objective. It's different, you see. So we go to this lake. Oh, it's vaguely highlighted in gold. And I do not have all the fish data here, but it is telling us ahead of time, here are the fish that exist here. And there are more than 4. I was wrong. We just see 4 at once, but there can definitely be more, and we are trying to catch a tally finger. If you want to, if you don't want to screw around with this, you can go, if it's not a random lake, you can go look it up. And honestly, I might suggest that that's what you do. Because, look at that, we caught one. But it has to be minimum weight of 4 pounds. Sometimes you can just let it sink and then pull it up right under the boat. But because it simulates the fish swimming around, you want to be casting in different areas. Because there might be kind of you might be in an area of low fish density. And look at that, we didn't get anything on this fish from that first dissection. Another Smyrn fish. This is kind of cool. And these fish images are like procedurally generated, which is also kind of cool. Oh, not these I think are all set fish. But when you go to the random lakes, they are procedurally generated. Well, that's cool. So if I really, really didn't have other games, if I really wanted to keep playing this game, which I have so many games that I want to play that I don't think I will go for this stuff. But if you really like the gameplay here, it's a peaceful, relaxing sort of game. Because I've been talking so much, maybe the music hasn't been coming through as much as you might prefer. There's plenty to do. You can keep playing and fishing to your heart's content and making your way, leveling up in the Intergalactic Fish Society. What heights could you possibly achieve? But yes, I will say, by the time you get to where I am, if you're at all like me, which who knows how unique my own tastes are, you'll already have kind of seen what there is to see as far as the mechanics go. And another thing is you're kind of just fighting against wasting your own time. It's one of those games where you're optimizing for your time. It's not your like mechanical skill and like are you succeeding or failing. It's are you efficiently designing your lures, efficiently casting and finding the fish you need, and your reward if you're doing well is you're not wasting your time, and your reward if you're doing bad is you're wasting your time because you're not catching anything and you're wondering, where the heck do I find these fish? And that's kind of annoying, because you have nothing to go on to find these fish. Nothing. And I have definitely had some frustrating gameplay experiences relating to that, where there's one specific fish and I can't even catch one of them. So, I did like this game. I was done with it after 7 hours. Is that a, thumbs up for the game for a $15 game? I'm not sure. I think it's an interesting game and unique. It's slow paced and very, very chill. It can be not chill if you're getting frustrated and not being able to catch what you want to catch, though. So you have been warned. But I think that's enough. I think that's enough of intergalactic fishing for now. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at the game, and we'll see what this series yields as far as the games I like series or games I dislike. I have a list of those too. So I will see you in whatever video comes next. Well, this is a stream, so I will see you in whatever we do next on the stream. Check this game out on Steam at $15 right now, Intergalactic Fishing. Gonna step away for a couple minutes. I'll be right back with the next activity, which I believe is going to be Hades. I am back. Hope you're enjoying the wobbly new BRB screen. Took a while to get something that wasn't too nauseating, but had a little bit of motion. It's also got a little bit of a rainbow effect there. Not sure I'll stick with it, but it's better than a static image, I believe. So our next game will be Hades. Which I have a couple videos at this point. Maybe just 2, in fact. It's one of those games where the audio cuts out when you click off of it.
Oh, that ball hits rather hard.
Welcome back to Hades. Last time, what happened? We had a run that got very close to the end of the game. Not the end of the game. We had a run that got very close to the end of I think probably the final boss, which turned out to be 2 enemies at once. That was a surprise. I was holding my own for a bit, but you know, it was only my second time playing the game, so I think I did pretty good for it being my second time, but we did not survive. Got a whole lot of nice loot, though.
Wow, I can't believe you took on the Minotaur. No way! No wonder you're back here.
No.
I was trying to adjust the volume. I wish it wouldn't do that. There is not a way to make it do that. Too bad.
Olympus knows of him, bestowing on him all their worthless blessings here within my realm. Our realm. Explain to me how exactly this is possible, Nyx. Either your limitless power has considerably waned, or you are up to something.
Do not question my power, Hades. Your son was bound to be discovered the closer he came to the surface. The Olympians are pleased to know they have a distant relative and bid him welcome to their mountain. That is all. Their influence is very limited.
Blood and darkness, do not speak to me about their influence. I've seen their influence firsthand. You've made a foolish mistake.
You would speak to me of foolish mistakes. You cannot change the course that has been set. Try all you like.
Nyx. God.
Ga. And also ga to the audio. Trying to get a good level. The game is rather dynamic.
How you holding up, boy? Eating well lately? All 3 mouths full and happy?
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus responds affirmatively, one after the next, as if to reassure the ever-doubting prince.
Here, boy. Just as long as one of your 3 heads enjoys these pets.
can pet the dog.
Your Highness, you'll get the hang of it out there, lad. For all our sparring practice, there's no teacher like the real thing. Now then, I have something for you.
What, wait, you're giving me your codex? I can't accept something like this.
Please, I insist. I want your love of history to grow, not just your love of warfare. Besides, maybe you can finish out the rest of it.
I'm grateful.
Dex. Okay. So we've got different things that we can fill out by having conversations. I guess you can only talk with somebody a certain number of times when you get back. Seriously, why is it so quiet? One sec. I need to refresh my memory on how I want to do things audio-wise. Yeah, the game should be 30 to 25 decibels. Anyone else to talk to? I've not played this game with the streaming setup, so that is another...
Please make yourselves at home.
Oh, I meant to talk to
What are your
her.
sisters up to these days, Meg? I've not seen them around.
We're stretched a little thin, as you can see. Some kind of war up there meant lots of business here. I'm left to hold the line and deal with you.
First of the furries. That's the first one that started the craze. We did get a lot of keys last time, so we can unlock
Show me
this
something new.
tier here. Ah, so we can have additional casts. Very useful. And we can also inflict bonus damage when somebody is has the cast in them. Not sure on the terminology there. Okay, foes from behind. Getting some health regen would definitely be useful. We might as well get the first tier in all of these, because they're so cheap.
My power grows.
Later on, we're going to have to make choices. I'm trying to remember... There's really not a lot of people to talk to right now. Yeah.
Or night. And next.
What once was a small lounging area within the House of Hades now is sealed off, in utter shambles since the multi-headed Cerberus tore the space apart, mourning the missing prince.
Cerberus destroyed the lounge again.
Dog. Do we save those? Is there anything to spend that currency on here?
You're getting pretty strong, I'll give you that, boyo. Strong enough to smack a guy like me right up against the wall and I'd go straight to pieces. Boom! You just remember, when you're duking it out, the walls are your friend.
Smack guys against walls. Sound advice as ever, mate.
Okay, so we use the keys to unlock different types of weapons.
The courtyard
That is the
of
trade-off.
House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies beyond.
It's not that orderly, really. Got something new to try.
Yeah, we've got these keepsakes because I gave Nectar of the Gods to a couple people. So, how many can we equip? Just one? Okay. I'm not gonna go on just yet. I wanna spend all the currency we have. What shall we spend it on? think healing is very useful. But it's not that much. 1 heart. And we could unlock... If we save up for 500, we could unlock a second Death Defiance, which seems very useful. It'll let us survive longer against bosses. It'll also let us... you know, if we survive longer, we get more of a chance to develop our skills of... my mechanical skills of fighting against the bosses. So maybe we'll leave it at this for now and see how hard it's going to be to get to 500. Unfortunately, I probably should have spent keys on the weapons because we got through everything in that last run with the sword. So that means that we won't be getting those bonuses that I don't currently understand what they're used for. But we won't be getting those. What is it, like Titan's blood or something? I don't know. We can't go over there and see what they are. So I guess I'm stuck using the bow.
Oh, please.
Oh, it's only a power shot if you release it when you flash. If you release and then wait, it does less damage.
Pelvis. Ooh.
Okay, how good is the range?
All right, back to work.
It is not infinite. It depends on the power. It's actually... The range on this is quite long. If you use it right up against somebody, you can get a couple hits. You can kind of backstab them with the bow. Alright. Well, let's figure out what we're going to take. This ensures we'll get Dionysius, and we'll get better stuff from him. This. Wow. If we don't have any boon, it deals 50% more damage. Wow. So I'm not going to take that. Definitely not. That feels like a challenge run to not take any boons that empower attack, special, or cast. So like, I don't even know what boons would do that. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. And then we have these things down here, which I don't know about yet. Let's give it a try, and let's see if the audio gets too out of control. Yeah, that's
Gust of air.
tad loud. It's tough because I can't see the game audio stops.
This mark, almost like a bat wing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hey boss, found you. Good. Hermes, at your service. Pleasure. You are the talk of Olympus. Normally I wouldn't get mixed up, but for you, I'll be making an exception. Now come on, we've both got places to be.
Hermes. Moving fast. Dodge chance. Well, see, I don't like this because I don't want to get hit. I want to learn not to get hit, so... And is move speed really that useful? I think I'm going to try it just to see.
Appreciate the lift, Lord Hermes, sir. Now let's go.
Because you never really know until you try. That's kind of cool. Especially if we're going to be running around.
Composed
Our
of
bow.
such innumerable, ever-shifting, interlocking chambers, The underworld of Lord Hades all but guarantees the dead shall there remain until the end of time.
Good thing I'm not dead. Let's fight. Come die again. Lord Dionysus.
Say, isn't that the overflowing cup I handed down to you? I'm glad you like it, man. I guess it's overflowing still because I figure otherwise I couldn't tell it all.
As well take advantage of Hangover is a dot. Might as well take this. It's epic, right? So we can't miss out on taking advantage of the fact that we got a rare item, or a rare boon. That's our boon. What's going on with the auto aim? I wish I knew. Yeah, don't stand on those platforms.
Heads up. Phew. A key to a weapon.
A key to a weapon. Yes, we are going to want to do that. So palm or money? I think money. My reasoning is if we have less than 300 gold, probably money is going to be really useful because when we get a shop, we can choose what we get. We don't keep our charge if we dash. Yeah, this dash ability is not panning out, is it? We're not spending a lot of time dashing. Something I was afraid of.
Coin for Charon.
Keys or this? More keys means more weapons, which means more Titan's blood.
Guess I get a break.
Got 2 keys. I guess we do get a break. What is that? I think it's been explained to us, but I probably don't remember. Oh, should have seen that coming. They can charge rather far.
Time
Daedalus hammer. Wow, okay. It kind of upgrades our weapon, I guess. Wow, so the farther away they are, the more damage we do. Have not been using special. Piercing, that seems pretty useful too. I think we'll go with this.
Daedalus, wherever you may be right now, thank you.
It fits with how I've been playing.
Prince said,
Hello, sir.
if I may be so bold, Your Highness, I was wondering, what brings you back around this way again? Same story as last time?
Look, I have to level with you, Sisyphus. I'm leaving the house. I've had quite enough. You understand, I'm sure. I'm going to the surface.
So just a little bit.
That is quite an undertaking, Prince. If it wasn't you yourself proposing it, I'd like to call it madness, truth be told. Though you're just mad enough to pull it off. Well, hey, I hope you make it. Good fortune out there. Not to worry.
Cheers, mate.
Still trying to figure out what to do about the audio. This game just seems weirdly quiet.
So long for now.
All right, Doomstone.
There's too many enemies. It's really hard to track what's happening. Yeah, really lost a lot of HP there.
Thing. In the name of Hades.
Now that could be useful. Yeah, that sucked. If we get guys at max range, we do a lot more damage. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that we can dash over gaps. Great. This will give us a little bit of health regen. We could use it. Too bad I didn't save money for the shop.
A marketplace here, huh?
So do we want max HP or...
I'll pay for
this. Haven't been using my cast. Wow, this is only my third session of this game, so I don't always remember everything. Letting our cast deflect was proven to be very useful. But how about it can deflect and also damages in a small area?
Athena's power.
And we have 2 casts.
Kiran, you've You've been such a reassuring sight, I thought I'd offer you a token of my gratitude. Wait, you don't have to give me something in return. It was a gift. Though, you're insisting, aren't you? I don't know what to say, mate. Hey, good to see you out here, mate. Looks as though you've got some fine...
Or misunderstood Sharon.
Brimstones.
Oh, they shoot lasers.
There.
I do not like the bow. I'm also not good at it. Maybe there's a correlation there.
Feeling tough.
Another shop? Really?
Charon's shop. Should come in useful.
Should... Did he say... Wait, did he say should come in useful?
Hi, Meg.
And there you are again. Lord Hades ought to lock you up rather than let you run amok in his domain like this.
I'm sure he'd welcome all this feedback from you, Meg. Or maybe you're just pining for my father's job.
I have no envy for your father's position. Besides, I happen to enjoy my own responsibilities.
Oh. Do not dash into her, because she can do that. Use my cast. God. I completely forgot that it exists. I don't like the lock-on, I really don't.
Requesting backup Tartarus entry back.
Ow.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Ah. I have to dash over the spike traps. It's like I've forgotten that the B button even exists. Ow. That was an extremely bad idea. Running up on her when she's doing that attack. Ugh, what a terrible fight.
I did it.
This is only my... I don't know.
Did you enjoy this stint in Tartarus?
My 4th or 5th run. Not sure that that haste is really helpful because we spend most of our time stationary because we have to charge up the stupid bow that I hate.
Won't be needing that.
Sure, let's restore some HP.
Heading up.
Wait, did we just get a full... No, we didn't get... We didn't get a full heal. Don't stand in the lava. Paused that. Ah. I do not like how the screen glows like that. Still not sure what's triggering that. The fireballs to go everywhere. Is it this guy? I hate the bow so much.
I feel stronger.
Hey, remember that I have a cast, though. That's been my biggest issue this run.
Look who.
I have trouble positioning the dashes so that they're actually gonna end over terrain. Should have used my cast. Again, I do not understand what is triggering that fireball flurry. And the problem with that sniper boon is it doesn't work when the enemies are not at max range. In some areas, that is not going to happen. What are we fighting? There they are, Jesus.
Burn flingers.
Direct hit on me.
It's her.
Oh, look at you, you poor, poor thing. You're hurt. Though let me...
Get more max HP. Revenge damage. We should never get hit.
Strength and beauty.
We don't have enough obols for the shop to be worth it.
That's a problem.
It got around my cast. Yikes. I should have seen the drop, the shadow. Ah, those stupid things. The fireballs, I don't understand what triggers them. I still don't. I have enough to focus on with 2 enemies that I'm trying to dodge. With a weapon where I have to stand still to use it.
Until next time, gigantic Romanhead.
Ah, you've received the blessing from Athena there already, little Hades. So careful all the time now.
There's 10 seconds. Rewards are worth more. Let's just take Sunken Treasure.
See God's might.
We actually got nectar from that. I was not expecting that.
Moving on.
Setup is not how it should be. Alright, let's try that. That's better. Just remember to pick up your casts. Casts really, they go quite far if you don't hit anyone with them too. Really got to use the casts more though. We've got 6 keys already. I think we could always do with more keys, so we don't have to use this stupid bow that I hate. Jumped. Gotta go get that. These armed guys. No, no, no. Oh. Those guys can stun us. Okay. I feel like they've been adding new enemy types. I don't remember these Medusa heads. but I could be wrong. HP, Hermes, or the shop. We've got 300 gold, so the shop it is.
Here's the fee.
Looks like we meet again, dearest, here among the foul...
Ugh, these are not what I would prefer, but I guess reduced damage could be good. We don't inflict weak on anybody, so that's pointless. I'd rather reduce damage, I guess.
Heartbreak time. Power of Olympus.
But we do inflict weak on our main weapon. I must have missed that. Shoot. My bad.
Pleasure doing business. You touch me, and I shall have your head.
That pound has an AoE on it. Ooh. Felt that attack. This is only my second time ever facing this boss. Everywhere. No, I did not want to dash forward. Well, somehow I survived. That was really long and annoying and not fun.
Should fetch me something.
This build sucks, I think. I think I screwed up. At least I got the diamond. Maybe it's not that the build sucks, but that my build the last run was really unusually good. Those are...
Payment in full.
Might as well hoard what resources we can that are actually going to matter, because this run is going nowhere.
Another day or night in paradise.
Just like the playstyle. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but the playstyle that seems to be encouraged by the bow
Not had enough yet.
is annoying. I have to remember to press a direction when I use the Y, because he auto-aims so many of his attacks auto-aim, but not as special. I guess that's been throwing me off. Ah.
You're mine.
If this combat seems tedious, I assure you it feels tedious. Max HP or Hermes. Let's check out Hermes.
Split us.
Let's run as if we don't already have enough gods. I see, I couldn't even see what was going on there because it was blocked by a fucking foreground element. Look at this thing right here. It was right here. It disappears when you're in front of it, but it doesn't disappear when an enemy's projectile is in front of it. It's a very rare edge case. So I'm not completely surprised. I didn't realize that projectile would stick around though, and if I did, it wouldn't matter if it was blocked. Also, the dashing forward, I keep dashing forward. Not sure why that keeps happening. I swear that I'm holding back and then pressing dash, but maybe I'm doing it not in the right order.
That one's rearming. Right there. Olympus, I accept this message.
Hold cast, fired rapids. Both drop faster, your special is faster. That could be useful. Because our special applies a debuff. Not sure we have enough money for the shop.
Long spears.
just perpetually shooting spears. I didn't realize that. Oh, I keep dashing in a direction I do not want to dash. It has to be my own issue, like not being aware of the direction I'm inputting. Oh, X. Ugh, it just sucks.
Still alive.
I just want to mash the X button like I can with the sword. Is that too much to ask?
Beats dying.
More death defiance. Oh, some gods. And okay. Considering how poor things are going, I'm tempted to get the death defiance. I do like the wine god Dionysius.
You have met the champion, the king. Let us see if you are fit to face him once again.
You mean face both of you together, which doesn't seem particularly fair.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Life isn't particularly fair, Short One, nor death. I'd have expected you to know as much. But here, have your fair fight.
Hit the stupid barrier. God. See, good thing I got that. Why is he not aiming towards the boss? Oh. That charge attack does not make sense to me. Oh, he sends a shockwave out.
Enough, Short One. I respect your strength, Short One. The champion of Elysium awaits. Until such time.
Well fought, Asterius. Olympus calls.
Can we see who we've given? I thought we already gave Dionysius nectar.
In the name of Hades?
So we'll regain 30 or we will keep our life up. Let's keep our life up because we're doing so terribly. We didn't get it replenished. We only get that after surviving this, which is not going to happen. So much harder to deal with the shield guys. Oh, I guess they take a while to turn around. Almost got destroyed by those spears. Look how many attacks it's taking. Like, how are we meant? This is so stupid. So is my build, probably. Probably made bad choices. I just don't have the experience yet to know what I should have done differently. Thank God.
Fought to Elysium and back.
Shades of the dead mill constantly within the house, complaining of their woes and seeking audience from any.
I listen.
Oh, I don't listen if I click away.
Surprise, Hypnos. I got you this.
Whoa, 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 you can't bring that in here. Just kidding. Thanks. But wait, I'll trade you. Look.
Cheers, Hypnos.
My understanding is you had a little run-in with an Nemean chariot. Just kind of plowed right into you there, didn't it? You gotta watch where you're going crossing the streets of Elysium next time.
Next time.
For shame.
Hey, Father, I thought maybe, here.
Where did you get this? You think you can butter me up with such trifles? Give me that, and then get out of here.
You're welcome, Father. How's everything been going lately?
The Underworld Prince's casual inquiry serves but to frustrate the Infernal Hound, as none of his three heads possess the gift and curse of speech.
You don't like it when I pet your other heads, huh? No.
Seek pity someplace else.
This goes to the same head. Okay.
What's that there? Something from the Fates?
I thought these were purely cosmetic items, but they actually, some of these actually affect the underworld. So that's good to know. There's house decor. And then there's things that actually make a difference. Good to know.
The ever-shifting chambers of the underworld ought to be a little livelier with this.
Keep it down.
Must have missed Achilles.
I guess it's random who shows up.
Wonder where Nyx went.
It makes it feel like a living, breathing world. Before we make any mistakes with the keys, let's go buy some weapons.
There he is. Let me give you a piece of advice, boyo. You run across a guy like me out there, you just give him a good stab right in the back without a...
I'll keep that in mind,
Backstabs.
mate. Open up. Baratha, the Eternal Spear. Join my pursuit.
Oh, would you look at that?
Spear and shield. Let us take a look at this. We're saving up for Death Defiance, so I think I'm just gonna keep doing that. Yeah. Well, I think that's been one long enough run for this this session, or this video. So this has been Hades. It was a bit of a tough run. The bow is my least favorite weapon of all time in this game. Although I've only tried 2 weapons so far. I think the charging is very much a liability. It's not fun to use either, so. But we did manage to get quite a few useful meta progression items along the way. Met a few enemy types that maybe we have a little bit better of an idea how to deal with now too. So we'll be back with more next time. I think we will actually, after this BRB, I think we'll play some more Hades. But need a little bit of a break. And wow, it is quite hot here. So be back in a minute or two. Ready for some more Hades. Oh. Noise filter. Are we ready for some more Hades? I think we are. Welcome back to Hades. We just completed a rather frustrating run with the bow. Though it was frustrating, it was still challenging and engaging. The bow just was not dealing much damage, and the need to charge it up made it a lot harder to stay maneuverable. So, and also it being my fifth run, probably did not make very good build choices. So that's just something that's going to happen when we're playing a new run-based game. We decided we're going to save up for the Death Defiance upgrade. And we have new weapons. I think we have the spear right now, yes. I wish that it would
My blade.
remind us. X to strike. Hold, then release to spin attack. Skewer and recall. That's cool. And we've got a dash strike.
New keepsake.
New boons. So we get free 100 gold. That's okay. Longer duration from the well. Ugh. No, thank you. I never go for those items. I kind of like Dionysius. 100 gold is nothing to scoff at, but you know, it's just a one-time thing versus this being 10% through the whole run. And also, the more encounters we clear, we level it up. So let's stick with that. Take the spear for a spin, pun intended. And let me try to sit in a way that is actually sustainable. A little bit hard sometimes to get a position I really like. My chair and the mic. Let's go with that.
I have to tell you something, little Hades. My relatives and we've been holding back one of our greatest gifts to see if you were worthy. And you are. My aid is yours.
What does that ring mean? The call makes you surge into foes while impervious. RT. God gauge.
The wrath of Poseidon at my beck and call.
It's a new thing. Wow, that was short-lived, wasn't it? Can't say I'm a fan of the foreground elements blocking my view. But this area isn't normally an area that has enemies, so that's probably why.
Gemstones.
You can actually attack the projectiles?
You're gone. Vast riches.
think we're good on keys for now, as far as getting new weapons. Skull's charge. I should have been ready for that.
Over here. Keep them coming.
Hello there, Dionysus.
That's another thing.
Now how's my favorite underworld god surviving? Zag, you're holding up or what? Right better momentarily, I bet.
The dummy mentioned to us that we should knock people into walls, but the bow was not able to do that. Inflict hangover. Cast lobs a large explosive that stuns foes. Also makes the cast do more damage. Dash causes hangover. This doesn't cause hangover, but I'm interested to see what it does. I also have a really hard time resisting the urge to always pick the most rarest upgrade, so I should probably get out of the habit of doing that. How about that stun that we were promised? Stuns even if they have armor.
Ooh, Dionysus. To my health. Let's go, Doomstone.
How much better we're doing. Because the spear is hitting multiple people more. I should have been using my special more to inflict hangover.
Shattered that.
Hey, that's the Eternal Spear Varatha, isn't it? Your father used to use that, didn't he? A bit ornate for hunting, but a spear's a spear, is what I like to say.
Never dash strike, so I'm not taking that. Crit chance or attack damage. Or both.
Let's hunt some dead.
I gotta use the god meter thing, but I don't know how I replenish it.
Your impudence for long enough.
Father.
Charging is a bad idea. not see him.
That's all the time we have.
That's that.
You know what I realized? One of the reasons my previous run was so easy was because we had an item that let us gain HP from attacking enemies, which was very strong. So now we're having to actually avoid taking damage.
That must be one of those infernal troves. Skullomats.
For those backstabs.
Thank the gods.
Trial, what is that?
How bad could it be?
That was ill-advised.
No time to lose.
They had their chance.
There.
So it was like a time trial.
Thank you, Father.
Is it always a time trial?
Looks like a good batch. Looks like a
Choice.
to make.
Yeah, man, you know what it's all about.
Gain heart, get nectar. That seems very situational. Like that seems, I don't know how often we're going to get nectar. And when we get it, is it going to be a time when we aren't already at max HP? So I just don't like that. Hangover can spread. I need to remember it. Okay. I need to be able to inflict hangover. So I'm gonna take that.
Am I some kind of pushover to you, Zagreus? Is that what you think?
Had to do it, Artemis.
We gotta be taking advantage of the debuff inherent to Dionysius. Not been doing. Oh.
Fine. I'm not angry anymore. Not really, anyway. But you just watch yourself with me. You got it?
So Artemis is based around crits, I guess.
On the prowl. All out.
I go for the backstab.
Charon's shop. Charon, mate. Now, hypothetically, if I provided you with, say, 1,000... I had to ask.
That's so funny. Charon always says grunts and stuff, and we keep saying things to him knowing that that's what he's going to say. That doesn't get old.
Why not?
Damage resist or increase max life.
Hello, boss. Odd that we're running into one another here. Among the words of my professional associate, I mean. Must be something.
God gauge stuff. I've not been using the God gauge. Extra money could be useful.
Just tidying up a bit.
Remember, debuff with Y.
I heard what happened.
That Hydra was a total bastard, though. Bastards. But you sound practically impressed with me there, Meg. I feel so flattered.
You'll soon feel something else. I don't know how you did it, but it changes nothing.
Into the spikes. Did terribly. I should take no hits on the boss.
Blood of the Titans.
I am not paying attention to the God gauge.
Well, Father.
Not as much as I should.
Go on to Asphodel and die.
Up we go. In the bag.
I guess because we already took something that affects our attack, maybe there's a limit. See, like our boon slots over here. Just what I would really like is we got Dionysius boon.
The vast majority of those who lived upon the earth.
Or until I crush their bones to dust.
And more of our stuff. It counts as a backstab when the spear comes back. That's nice. Spin attack. Special hits 7 foes. Special is good against armor. Could be useful.
That's it.
Key. Trying to save up for 500.
More, huh? No.
Maybe 10. Maybe 500 is gonna take a, a really long time. So I just don't know like what they'll have on offer.
Spreaders.
Haven't been using my casts. It's hard to remember to use everything. Yeah, I thought that we'd be able to
Lady Aphrodite.
deflect those projectiles with our attack. I guess not.
The Stolen Artemis reached out to you, did she? Oh, that's adorable, dearest. Just don't make any sudden movements with her, hmm?
Place Deadly Strike with this. Yeah. I think replace is generally not a good thing to do unless it's really synergizes with our build. That's probably a mistake I've been making, not realizing I'm replacing. Deals more damage and inflicts weak versus whatever we have now. Oh good, we can see it. Attack is stronger, chance of critical. Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's do Dying Lament.
No love without pain.
Oh good, Dionysius.
Onward. Moving right along.
special on armored guys. I'm sorry, but I did not really see how I took damage that time.
In the name of Hades.
Duo. Oh, I see. Duo means it's a combination of two gods. Because this synergizes well with Artemis. Where do we take this? Love some HP.
Perfect gift.
Come on, that was off screen. I had zero chance to react to that. I just had to know that that enemy was there. And keep moving, I guess.
One more chamber. Olympus, I accept this message.
Not going to be getting a fountain. That will require surviving the boss.
Having traversed the flaming river Phlegethon to gain this vantage point, relentless Zagreus must now confront a foe of unimaginable savagery, who lies ahead, awaiting patiently its time to strike.
Way to spoil the surprise, old man.
Ugh, that just happened.
Remember me?
He remembers. Ah. Didn't expect to live through that.
Any more heads you'd like chopped off? No? I'll take that.
So if we would have well, the buff we took was probably useful towards us surviving.
That victory of yours shall be short-lived.
What are you, the Three Fates? Exactly what I need. Purge boons for coin. Enough of this place. Shit. Yes. Let's slay some heroes then. More splitters.
I didn't realize that that was not passable terrain. Stupid isometric perspective. This edge here, it wasn't clear to me. That's my own skill issue, of course, but annoying. Yeah, we got this last option last time.
Fixed up.
To be getting more obols thanks to our ability, so probably makes more sense. Let's take this.
This won't end well for you.
Got me. I didn't see what hit me.
Regenerating.
Gotta remember to use that God ability.
Better blessing.
I really don't know what got me.
Amid Elysium's moss-covered chambers, carved of stone, stand untold numbers of eternal monuments in tribute to the greatest heroes which mortality can offer, there to honor them in life.
This place is near as gloomy as the house.
Where? Go on, stranger. Plenty more shades looking to fight with you out there.
I'm just passing through. You seem less warlike than the rest. May I ask your name, sir? I'm Zagreus.
Names are there to be forgotten, stranger. You shouldn't be here. May the fates favor your journey. But just in case they don't, here, why don't you take this?
Already replenished Death Defiance.
Thank you.
All yours.
I'll take this one.
After party could be useful. Just get 30 HP. I don't know. How often are we going to get nectar? That's the question I always ask. And we're going to be regaining HP because of what we just took.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
I'm not going to buy the food, I think, because we're going to be getting regen.
Of the gods. Palm power.
Goes well with our build a little bit more. Focusing on Artemis and Dionysius. I will take an Artemis route. Oh no, this guy.
Again, short one.
Short one?
You mock my...
Maybe this time I'll figure out. How do I trying to get him to hit the stupid statue.
A decent fight.
Ugh. All I know is that when he runs into that statue,
that's one bad
he stops his charge. And it was working before, and I don't understand why it's not working now.
I'm up.
And the game's not going to explain it.
By the Minotaur once more. Now he's a...
Nope, none whatsoever.
Pitiful attempt. I understand that you created quite a stir within Elysium.
You call that paradise? It's just a bunch of shades bored out of...
What would you know of it? The greatest mortals have their every need fulfilled within that place. Dread to hear what they shall say of all of this.
You'll find out soon enough. I like the sound of this one here, good contractor. Go make it happen.
to...
The sealed weapons by your chambers. Your father won't observe their absence, I don't think. They remind him of a time he stood together with his brothers and sisters.
The power that once sealed away the Titans.
Can't keep track of who I've given nectar to. And I wanted to give one to basically everybody. Maybe, I guess, the gods specifically. I guess I have to save it and do that in...
We each have our commitments to this house, Megara.
In a run.
There is no shame in yours. And whilst your sisters are away, you bear their burden of responsibility as well.
I understand. It's just... Am I supposed to keep pretending nothing's changed? This house is cracking at the seams, and no one's going to admit it?
The house shall stand eternally. Although in what condition, it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
I know. You're right, of course you're right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for both our sakes, Nyx.
What was that about?
I'm not gonna save up for 500, I don't think. I think I want a little bit more health regen. Oh cool, we can max it out.
Looking good.
Hey, something back there for you, pal.
See, like, have I given him a nectar?
My keepsakes.
How do I keep track?
Hey, pal, watch where you throw those bloodstone things of yours. You drop them, you go pick them up, you understand? But if somebody...
I'll just aim generally for the midsection, since the eyes are a lot harder to hit in my experience.
Oh wow, okay, so another reason to save up keys. Or whatever that is. Well, I think that's gonna have to wait for next time. We completed another run, got to use the spear. Definitely like the spear a lot more than the bow. I'm sure that's not an uncommon situation. Getting really annoyed about some of the things that the game doesn't track, like who we've given nectar to, because it seems like sometimes you can give people nectar multiple times, although maybe I'm mistaken. And it seems like these boons are really shape the run. So we're just going to get typecast into Dionysius until... I guess what we have to do is give the nectar to another god during a run. It tells us who we've gotten it from. Charon, Hypnos, Dionysius, Sisyphus. Okay. So this kind of tracks who we've given one nectar to. Alright, so we'll use that as a guide for next time. Basically, we can give nectar to any of the gods, and we'll probably be getting something. It's been decently fun. Not the most, I gotta be honest, it's not the most pleasant of gaming circumstances for me. It's really warm in here. It's a really warm day, and I'm in one of those houses where it wasn't built with AC. So if I want AC, I gotta crank out, like set up the portable AC, and that's a whole ordeal. But I guess it's getting to be that time of year. My computer certainly doesn't help with the temperature of the room, and I'm just, you know, still dealing with various life medical things, tired, dizzy, etc. But I still managed to have fun. Definitely be playing this game more, although I think the next stream we will be playing... Well, there's a video coming out tomorrow of a game that hasn't been seen on this channel yet, and I quite enjoyed that, especially when I'm not in the mood for action. So be on the lookout for that video, and I'll probably be playing more of that game on the next stream. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. It's gonna be it for the stream for the night, I think. Getting pretty late. Enjoy, feast your eyes on my amazing, animation there. It's not an animation, it's really just a shader. But I figured, you know, and also I didn't have a stream ending screen last time, so wow, that's really annoying. Yeah, so now I have a stream ending screen. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the stream, or at least not completely hated it. That's fine too. I enjoyed playing some of those games. Glad I could show off a game I played in the past, Intergalactic Fishing, and I have plenty more games to show off in future streams too, ranging from obscure to slightly less obscure. And I guess that's gonna do it. Not sure when the next stream's gonna be. Tomorrow's pretty busy. Maybe sometime during the week, evening. It's usually how it pans out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.